We should be live? Question mark.
Yeah, it looks live.
Let's
I
go.
can see it.
Alright.
Yeah, the audio sounds fine.
Yeah, I'm just testing stuff because that's like. It's just I literally just got like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Alright, hello. Hi, I'm Pods. Yeah, this is also Action and PodzSR call.
Hello.
GM.
Yeah, we're just gonna do new and white. This is an all-level rush. This is kind of a new category that I was just like, I'll make it. Like, I'll make just did a run for new category and figured, why not? Because, this isn't basically a mod made by Static. Oh, well, it's kind of like a mod made by Static and commissioned by Uni. And, yeah. Just gonna start. This is kind of a really cool shooter game / speedrunner with like a huge emphasis on speedrunning. And yeah, I think we're just gonna start.
3D platformer
Why?
game, I think.
Yeah, 3D platformer. Why is the okay? There we go. I was getting a bit
Shout out
concerned about
Static.
something, but yeah, yeah. Let's just
Out of the static.
go.
Alright, good luck.
So yeah, this is basically a free platform with an intent of like going from like the start to the end of the goal. Yeah, we're just gonna be picking up these soul cards throughout the run, and the well,
Cards do a lot of special
Yeah.
abilities. Like for example, the Purify Bomb allows you to discard the card and get you a bomb. And it acts as an SMG as well.
Yeah, all cards have two parts. They have a shooting and they have a unique ability as well.
yep,
Now we get to another soul card, which is the Elevate card, which when you discard it, you get a double jump ability as well.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Acts as a pistol.
Oh yeah, something you're gonna be seeing me and seeing me do quite a lot is a thing known as bullet boosts. And wait, I'm just gonna draft this just to be safe.
So there's two types of bullet boost that Pod is doing. One of them is parrying a bullet off of an enemy, and there's another one that Pod is doing, which is parrying their own bullets, which doing the latter is way more difficult than doing the former,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. And you can see that they like shoot a bullet and then flash. That is a phantom, which means that like it goes into decay after it shoots. So you have to shoot it or it hits a wall, and then you can slash it again for another speed boost because it gives you speed.
Yep.
And I think that you're gonna see a lot of the time is that you can walk on the water, and it's just like a lot faster than walking on the ground, and that's why like a lot of the routes are like you go to the water instead of going straight.
Yeah, for the most part, it's like going on the water gives you like about 33 units of speed, while being on the ground gives you about 18. So
Yeah.
it's
And
about
you saw
Sometimes-
last.
oh,
go
twice as
so-
fast.
I saw last level there was double bomb, because when you like have two bombs at the same time, it makes you go way faster up and way higher up than you would just with just two different bombs that are well timed.
There's a cool little trick that Pod's gonna do. They're just gonna constantly hold space while they're going on top of the staircase. I think that's partly due to the above water boost that you get.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
being above water like a slight bit increases your speed quite tremendously. It goes from your like typical 33 units of speed to like you can go to like 50 units.
yeah, it's because like there's no friction, so friction always is going to reduce your speed back to the default like speed and stuff. So if you're above it and you still get in the water speed, you're just way faster.
yeah. It's entirely just based on like speed. Well, it's entirely just based on if you're either on the edge of water or if you're above water.
Oh, and
Interesting,
we also get introduced to a new card called the Godspeed card. The primary attack, you can just essentially shoot like a really powerful bullet, and the discard ability allows you to essentially dash in any direction that you face the card with.
Yeah.
Just face your pressure at.
Yeah, it does 3 damage, which is a lot more than all other ones.
Yeah, I think that's the only card that does like the most damage out of all of them. Or I think no, the minion
the
card
minion
later
does-
on does 8.
The minion does 8.
Yeah.
There's also another card that does like infinite amount of damage, but that's
Yeah, well that's cheating.
True. Alright, so we're just gonna go into catwalk here. There's a bit of a self bullet boost, which you're gonna see me do quite a bit here. This one is luckily with a setup, but for context on how precise self bullet boosts are, you have about 1 unity unit of unity of error here to do it. Which, yeah, as you can imagine, is basically just pixel perfect.
Yeah. And
So-
a lot of
Worse
the
than
things, yeah, and a lot of the things that runners tend to do is they just spam a bunch of those bullets and then just try to like slash that in hopes that they
Yeah.
manage to end up on that pixel perfect.
If you hit one, then it's like, yeah, sick, but it's still like really precise.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that the katana is such a weird thing.
Yeah, the katana hitbox is fairly jank.
It's just all projectiles.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're coming down to the final level of chapter 2, which is really nice. And well,
Yeah.
I think like the first 2 chapters are relatively pretty quick. all
Yeah.
things
Yeah,
considered.
pretty chill.
So now we're going into chapter 3, which is which you're gonna see a new demon called the Guardian here.
So the Guardian just charges up an attack, and if the attack successfully gets charged up, you basically just die.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
It just one-shots you.
new card.
Oh yeah, and then we also have the Stomp card, which if you haven't like figured it out by now, it does basically stomp you to the ground, and you're not able to move during that Stomp interface at all, so you have to time them pretty well.
Unless you elevate while you stomp, and then that lets you move. Now the funny thing about elevating when you stomp, which we call stellevating, is that it makes the stomp slower, but then it eventually speeds up it. So like
Yeah.
the longer you're in stellevate, the more speed you go. But you normally aren't going to like actually see that.
There's only like one place that you can realistically see that, and I don't feel like it's gonna be too worth going for otherwise.
Yeah.
Because it's like I think it's like a world record strat at that point.
Yeah.
It's just really hard to pull off in the
Very
level
heavy
rush,
in the
I
IL.
imagine.
It's very heavy, like IL strat. Yeah,
And
some...
then
Hold up, I'll
okay,
let you-
and then its fire is very like inaccurate. Well, it's accurate, but it's not like around the cursor. So like
Yeah.
you have to tap fire for it to
Shout out
all
Canals.
like reset its spray.
Oh, shout out Canals.
Shout out.
GM all the Canals enthusiasts out there.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, so like the Stomp card has like all the cards in the game have like a predetermined like I guess like what's it called, like a spray pattern, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but the downside of the Stomp card is that like it is severely spread out, and the best way to go about it is you have to target your aim towards like the upper left side.
The
Like,
bottom
like oh, the bottom left. Yeah.
Yeah, bottom left.
Yeah.
hasn't played the game in 5 centuries.
Yeah, it is. What it is.
Okay, so now we got a
I
mountain.
played on Canals Day.
We got mountain, which is
Yeah,
a
that's what I
fairly
did.
cool level. Actually, like really fun when you get like really fun. And now, yeah, we're just getting to the end of chapter 3 here. Gonna do a quick cards model.
Yep.
How did that not die? There we go.
Pud's almost died there at the beginning. There's a possible chance that in Super Kinetic you probably just instantly die because the projectiles of that jock, like the blue tall guy, yeah, he can just insta shot you sometimes. It's just a
Yeah,
little weird.
it's really weird. Okay, chapter 4.
It's being a run killer.
Yeah, chapter 4 is actually like really really
pretty tame
short.
chapter.
It's a pretty short chapter. This level is a fucking nightmare. You more or less just have well, like the hitboxes of like these balloons are the hitboxes of these walls, as you can see, are way too big for what they should really be.
Yeah, they stick out a lot.
I have no idea how to back this up. I think I just have to reset.
Yeah. I think if you shot it from like back there when you grabbed like the second Godspeed card,
Yeah.
I think you could have been able to shoot it.
I'm used to doing a different backup, but like I couldn't think of it off the top of my head. Well, I'm used to doing the backup for the one like at the right hand side. If I missed that, but other than like the left one, I'm just a bit cooked.
Yeah, I think you still have to kind of like, I guess, jump there. And this is also our first boss level in this entire in this chapter.
Now, each time he's moving, he has a certain cap of damage you can do. And at the very end, like it's made so that there's like a funny skip where you doesn't get to the very end if you do 10 damage in the first 3 phases. And when you slash any projectile, like when you slash a bullet, or it X's its damage by 3 times, because the enemy health, like the frog and the jumper, they have 3 HP. So it's meant to, when you slash that, it kills it. But as a funny side effect, that when you slash your Purify Bomb, it does, instead of 8 damage, 24 damage. And that's why it instantly.
Also, explaining correctly what I did there, basically, basically, I just used all my, used my counter hits and all my fists, which basically just kills me. Which, doesn't save any RTA time, but, it pauses the IGT timer for about 3 seconds.
Yeah, so there's like 3 seconds of time save because the timer does get stopped as soon as you're dead, which is really, really nice.
Excuse me? Okay. Shadow Ringer. This is actually like it's a level that people often hate, but I feel like when you get good at it, like especially with like the new route that Restrain made, is key.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and this is also the Fireball card as well. This is shotgun. Discarding allows you to dash in any direction you possibly wanted to. So it's really similar to what the Godspeed card is, except it's a lot more powerful in the sense that you can just aim it in whatever direction, and it will just launch you towards that direction.
Yeah.
And it has this thing when you launch it and you touch the ground while you're in fireball state, it gives you a water water speed boost. Yeah. And it's called Grucky.
The community, we just have really silly names for stuff. I do not get why, but yeah, it.
Is that like one trick that was like used on like Cat or Fastlane, I think it was, or no, Catlane or
Catwalk?
Yeah. What was that like? I think it was like a trick by Ellie. I remember.
Oh, that is Fastlane. That's Fastlane. Yeah.
That is Fastlane. That's Silly Boost.
Oh yeah, Silly Boost. Yeah,
Silly Strat.
Yes, it was a pretty good. It was a pretty good
what?
Trick. It was a good trick.
Okay, I can back this up. Luckily, if you do like miss, if you do like, get cooked on, no, if you do like miss an enemy and like run out of cards, the devs actually do have some backup vending machines, which you've already may have already seen me do in me get one in Dash Tower.
Yeah, there's only a few levels that it's actually faster because they take so long.
Yeah. Yeah, the only levels you can do that are Dodge Street and Dash Tower, which, yeah. Okay, this is apartment. This is, if I don't, like, die, a really key level.
And I guess going back to silly names, at Clock Tower, with that one green boss fight, at the very end, the strat is called Ohio Pipe Bomb.
Nice and do that for the time save, because I didn't know about the Stellavate tech for, like, if that is actually... I didn't know if that was actually faster until, like, Bobo said, like, about a week ago.
I didn't know about it for so long.
Alright, so new demon, going into chapter 6, we got a new demon here called, Tripwires, which, you can probably take a hot guess of what happens if you walk into them. You just die instantly. And, if you, like, pass, if, like, the tripwires go in, like, the tripwires can, go into other demons, which, yeah. Which, as you can see, will kill them. Or
I think they do
deal damage.
6 damage. Oh, they do 5? Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, thinking.
No dot kill switch. On the topic of like levels with duping, no, not duping. Levels with smuggling cards. This is another really cool one. Just gonna grab this elevate here and Godspeed. You normally should be using them, but we're just going to not do that.
You guys also mentioned the things about like the vending machines, like the developers put that out. I think it's mainly just to help out the people who are attempting the Hell Rush category of this game. Hell Rush category lets you only have 1 life and you cannot restart any levels. So that means if you screw up, you're basically forced to restart or just, I don't know, just die.
Yeah.
There's no other way to like get out of certain situations.
That they also do have some miracle katanas, which are a bit more like get out of jail free cards, but still.
Yeah.
You more or less have like 3 lives. And if
Also new enemy.
Yeah, new enemy just dropped.
Shocker.
This is the shocker. Yeah, you can you get like a bit of a boost every time you hit one of them, and the green one, like the green pedal is like the way you're supposed to go, but like
it's completely up to the.
I just hit a dupe there by complete accident. Wow.
Oh yeah, and yeah. Do you wanna explain the duping?
Yeah, I'll explain it. The pedal and the center of the pedal parts, the one that you land on, and the center of it are both demons. But when one dies, the next frame the other dies. Like the other gets deleted. So if you kill both at the same frame, you're getting 2 kills instead of 1 kill.
Yeah. You can
And
use...
of course, the less FPS you have, the easier it is.
Yeah, this game is very FPS dependent, but it's more targeted towards lower FPSs, unfortunately. Which...
yeah. There are some, Oh,
Jesus, that was a great boost.
hang on. I can back this up. Also, yeah, something I'm also doing, that you may see, is I'm using the fireball to get into, the shockers there. The fireball, this is a bit thing known as shocker ball, which, basically just means that if you use both of them, you get a way more speed than you usually do. Also, yeah, this is Trip Track. This level is really cool. There's a new route that got at Crispy.
This is arguably one of the hardest levels to ever pull off.
I think I'm just going to back up. I was meaning to use the fireball to get like a bit of a shocker ball at the end, but I got good. So yeah, this is Race. I love Race.
It's a very silly level.
Yeah. It's very, very linear level. The main time save is just mainly just trying to kill these tripwires like faster than intended.
I missed that the boost race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the only downside is that unfortunately you still have to make it to that like big red platform, so you are still kind of like time like.
It is in a way some kind of auto scroller, but it's like. Oh, can I back this up? Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's another new enemy, Bowl. You can't shoot like into it. But if anything exits it from inside of it by you, so either you shoot, you katana, or you like move out of it, it kills it.
Yeah. It also protects you from all the projectiles that may come towards you.
That as well.
That was dangerous.
Yeah, that was a bit of a risky one, but it worked out.
Yeah. Alright, Overlook. Shadow Barracks.
Shadow Barracks.
Probably
There's a lot of
one
players in the
Yeah.
There's a lot of players in the IL community who've dedicated so much time into improving. Oh, my keycap alert fell out. There's just a lot of people who have dedicated a lot of their time to improving and maximizing the amount of things that they can do in the level. It's honestly pretty amazing to see.
Not many people actually do rush, even though like there is like I say that when there's a GDQ race, like with 4 of like the best regional neon white players. What am I on about? Also, this is Minefield, really cool level. I kinda was part of someone who just, who just, like, found a new strat that made a $700 bounty, like, a bit pointless, but there we are.
Yeah, there was a huge bounty to execute, like, a task strat for this level.
Which is, yeah, the task strat is essentially doing the level, but with heavy aim labs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just ungodly. But then, like, the new route, which we call Baby Task, is just...
Yeah, I was, like, part of the...
fast.
This is not
as
how
fast,
you do
but
Trigger, by the way, but, here we are, I guess.
If it's not a restart, that's
not a restart, which... Yeah, we're so fun.
For these. Greenhouse is meant to be like a pretty long level, but there's just like a really silly skip that the developers put in that just lets you skip like a majority of the level.
Yeah.
It's arguably also like a pretty aim heavy level.
Yeah, a lot of these levels are like really aim heavy. Fuse is really cool. There's actually a new strat that was put in Fuse recently, like right at the start, which I actually really like, but I do not understand how to do it well. Hang on. Jesus Christ.
Sick boost.
I do not know. I actually don't remember the like the strat that Marissa does here, because I just like retroactively do the Sapphire strat, even though it's like more than likely slower.
Yeah. And here we are at Chapter 8. Now we get access to the fabled card that I hoped that people were waiting for to see. And
yeah.
It's called the Dominion card. It's basically a rocket launcher, and you can discard it to zipline.
Yeah.
So if you're a huge fan of like Team Fortress 2 or something like that, you would definitely like this card. This would definitely be like right up your alley.
This is essentially this is essentially like the TF2 card. Also, this is probably my favorite card. No one would have ever saw that coming.
It's a lot of people's favorite card.
Also, yeah, there's a runner of this game who, Noelle, she basically has a full world record sweep on every single fucking chapter, like every single level in this chapter, and it's so sick.
Yeah, it's really cool. And she's had it for like a while too.
She's had it for a while.
Just,
there was a few people that took like a record, like took 1 or 2 records.
Yeah, like
me included.
Took a record.
Me included.
Took a record.
And yeah.
Took a record.
But she's like.
She always gets it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty interesting as well because it literally took like about like I think like another year. Like it was like 2 years into the game's like existence essentially for someone to get another chapter sweep.
That's by far the longest lasting one.
Yeah. It's overall just like one of the longest. It's one of the hardest things to do as well because a lot of the individual levels like they're super difficult.
Shout out to this level, by the way. Crash is probably like the level I've spent the most time on.
I wonder whose favorite level this is.
I have no idea.
I actually didn't fuck it up once, which is great considering my Power Pride was disgusting. I spent like 2 minutes on this level. It was not my proudest day. Also, yeah, this is Ascend. Yeah, you probably need to take a hot guess. This is a very heavy aim labs level.
You get to be like Spider-Man, just climb up buildings.
Yeah. And yeah, straight away, which very ironic.
Arguably, like nobody likes.
I mean, it's actually
Some people
kind.
like it, but
Some people like it. I feel like the level's kind of
Yeah.
cool when you understand how it works, but it's like I
It's
actually
kind of like
trying to.
it's
put
kind of
top
like
10 on it
you
once.
have like this like weird like 10-second to 15-second like intermission where you just shoot at enemies for a little bit.
Yeah, it's a bit of an auto scroller, unfortunately, but it's like
and you do like water edging to just make yourself like just a little
Yeah.
slightly bit faster.
on the topic of
Yeah.
level stress that are so like yes. If you see me on the other on one side of the water, it's literally just full edging.
yeah.
Yes, it is really
Just
like
You're farming the above water boost by going on the edge and stuff like that, which is why it's faster.
Yeah.
And our community is very good at making names, that's why.
very good at making names. Also, Firecracker. I actually have been having problems with this level in Rush recently, so I'm just taking it safe.
You pulled it off.
There.
And this is Streak, Shadow Idol. Probably
Had an
like
idol.
probably her level. Like, well, this is her level. Like,
It is.
probably the level she's like spent the most time on. She's like, how am I missing this guy? Are you shitting me? Thank you. And yeah, this is
Spent,
Mara.
like, almost
This level actually has a really huge skip that the devs didn't really intend, but you can probably take
Yeah.
a thought as to how it is until like. How did I? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, so we're now scaling up the building, which is really fucking interesting. Because usually you're just meant to go like around all the buildings, but they thought that just the big tall building that's like right near the end of the level was just too inaccessible for people.
Chapter 9, which
Uh.
is pretty much the community's favorite chapter.
Community's
Yeah.
favorite. Yeah, I have a few like gripes about it, but it's still neat.
Chapter 9 is like basically all the combination of like all the levels, and you're just basically supposed to show off your abilities as to how good you can handle these cards now, and see how fast you can go.
It's gonna take time a bit. There's a few levels
Mastery
in
of
like
the ability
there's a
card.
few levels in chapter 9 that I like, and there's a few of them that I don't understand, but like a lot of them are really fun. The main one
They're
I don't
like all the hardest levels.
yeah, they're all really hard. So yeah, the main one is estate.
Yeah.
I genuinely want I like it. I want to like it more, but I'm just like, how the
is
fuck do I go fast?
Yeah, and I think Bolt as well, in my opinion, is probably like one of the harder rush levels to do.
I'm missing a guy.
Yeah, you're missing the two. I think you're missing one of like the barn.
Oh, I see him. Yeah, this level's really annoying when it comes to rush. It's like really
Yeah.
easy to
Yeah.
miss.
So easy to DNF.
It is incredibly easy to just lose 30 seconds just by missing one demon, because this level is very lengthy.
Now the
Yeah.
first shot that you saw through that wall actually shot a vending machine.
Yeah,
I think I'm just gonna take
that's
the save.
that's probably one of the one of the few instances where you actually do use the vending machine, because in a lot of instances vending
Yeah.
machines take like 3 seconds to charge up. It's like it's inconvenient for a lot of runners, but we
Yeah,
should it
but-
early in advance.
Yeah, the other level you do it in is Dash Tower. Like, there's a strat that I go for that saves like about an extra second. No, not a second, more like a half second. That I'm like really consistent with it.
Yeah. For the longest time, that level did not really have much of a strat because it was
Yeah.
it felt a little bit linear. But
I actually hated the old strat, and then it's like there's two new ones, and it's just like I genuinely to God think that like made the level jump up a solid like 30 spots in my favorite levels.
yeah.
Okay, I wasn't 100% sure I got everything there.
Oh yeah, you're definitely chilling.
Chilling.
Mirage. This is the Purify card. This is the Purify card mastery level right here.
Yeah.
The slight downside is that it's
Oh,
incredibly aim heavy if you want to go fast.
I didn't.
You got that.
Okay, I got everything.
Dang, I didn't even know this strat existed.
I didn't even know that was a possible too.
Yeah. I thought this was like some weird strat that I just didn't know about, but if you just shot it randomly in the air and got them,
I was
pretty
completely by accident.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I've never seen that.
What I was meaning to do was use the elevate to shoot them. That is not how you play Escape. I do. Levels like really peak, but I just don't understand how to do it fast. Like I mean, I know how to do it. I have a Sapphire medal, which, for context, by the way, for those who don't know, Sapphire there's like a lot of medals in this game that
Are modded.
Are modded, like and like I have the Sapphire medal for this, and I have like a 28.1, but to go faster in this level is just a myth. I do not understand it. If someone were to like coach me, that would be amazing. Like I've tried even with coaching, but it's hard as hell.
Yeah, and for context, for those who are unaware, there's 3 community medals that are currently
4 of
available.
them.
There's some unofficial.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's 3. Yeah, you're right. That's 3.
Yeah, so there's Emerald, Amethyst, and Sapphire. Sapphire being one of the toughest medals to get because it essentially forces you to be super perfect in a lot of.
Also, yeah, Ricochet. Off Ricochet, I've spent like genuinely like about a solid like few hours yesterday grinding for it, and on Christ, genuinely one of the most awkward levels. I think yeah.
There you go.
I wasn't.
That's the Guardian's ability, by the have not seen it.
That's what the Guardian does. Let me just make this bit safer.
This is the most FPS dependent level of all time.
There's also a route in this,
bad.
which is probably one of the most like ass things I've ever seen in my life. You basically have to do 9 frame like. Out the shelter dupes, you have to basically do like 8 or 9 of them in a row without missing one, and if you miss one, then you're unable to finish the level. I don't remember.
I think I got down to 7, but there's really hard sniping as well, and like it's just super hard. And then the other route, like the Sapphire route, you can get that platform like way back with the elevate without using the elevate, but that's
Topaz is not real.
FPS. And you get a better shocker ball if you have less FPS. So you kind of have to use something called River Tuner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that level is notoriously like when you do it normally, it's just a like really kind of out of place like auto scroller level amidst like all the harder like levels that you played beforehand. But the actual strat where you do duping, it's probably one of the hardest things to do in the game, and people have not beaten the world record. Like the world record for that level stood for like about like a year, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And now AJ has with like one of the most messed up strats ever, and like there's like another strat that he's only done like that took him like an hour and a half to hit once.
Yeah.
I'm being stupid. Why am I doing this? I mean, it's fine, but like still, I'm just doing my muscle memory because I've been trying to also grind Holy Ground recently. Also, yeah, Third Temple. Someone should probably explain that.
Holy Ground is like the combo for the storm.
Yeah.
Can you explain?
Yeah. So this is just basically like a 50-second kind of like auto scroller level at this point because there's not a lot of new strats that have been made for this level. It's kind of all like really linear. But then we're gonna get to the boss section of the chapter. This is also just chapter 10. There's only 2 levels in this chapter, as you can imagine, and this is one of them. This is the last level in the chapter.
Right.
This and Estate are like the hardest levels.
This is if you really do want to go fast in this game, this is probably one of the harder levels to actually like do pretty fast, like really hard. Like it's a pretty famous goal in a lot of people's like grind towards like all medals in this game to also get like a sub 1 time because this level is just really difficult.
Yeah, I was having he was probably like one of the hottest medals I got for like sub 1, but other than that, yeah. So I'll just explain how this works briefly. There are a lot of these cycles that green are gonna be up, and I'm basically just trying to hit them as much as I can. That's,
Yeah.
I think I'm still on pace for like the right cycle.
Yeah, I think that's a waterfall angle right there.
Yeah, that's a waterfall.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so basically, Pods was just attacking green. Don't die, Dan.
Yeah, do not
I think-
to the level.
Yeah. It doesn't work the same way, because if you fell down in that instance, you would have had to restart the entire level.
I did not know
which would have
that.
been inconvenient. Yeah. So yeah, this is also the chapter 11 levels right here. There's Book of Life, most commonly known as Boof as well, because the K in Book looks like an F. That's pretty
Yeah.
much the whole gist of it.
I just have to reset that.
Yeah, and I guess like a little bit of small details for Third Temple as well. Pods was just mainly trying to attack green throughout all the available phases, and there's a very limited selection of them and a lot of limited sections that you can actually attack green in. So
Yeah, and there's
Most of
max
your
damage
times-
per phase.
yeah, so that's pretty much where all your time save is just like trying to attack green as much as possible and trying to hit them all in those cycles. And I think Pods did miss one like towards
I
the
missed
end.
one, but yeah, it is genuinely one of the like weird. It's a really hard one to hit.
Yeah.
There are 2 extra cycles for that. Also, yeah, this is the booth. Essentially, you have about a 500 hit rate, like a 500 unit radius, which is probably
Allows you
like,
to teleport to enemies.
yeah, you can teleport and kill any enemy that is within that range, and yeah, you can imagine it's quite a lot.
Well, it is blocked by bubbles.
Yeah, it is blocked. Like,
Yeah, that's the
hang
only
on a quick
downside of the card is
I'm
that-
just going to that I loaded the wrong thing. I'm just gonna do a different strat that I completely forgot to set up before the run.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess small details about the Book of Life card as well is that, like, yeah, as you mentioned, it's like 500 units radius. You can insta teleport to enemies and immediately kill them. It deals basically infinite damage to them. Like, it just basically one-shots them. So it's
Yeah.
really overpowered. And a lot of funny quirks about the card too is the fact that this game has some really interesting structure layouts as well. So there's some instances, like I think you'll see here in a second, where Pods is gonna just clip through like a window.
yeah. I
gate
wanted to
right
do
there, like
I
a
wanted
small-
to do like a faster strat, but I think I'm just gonna.
Yeah, there's
Yeah, that was a safe one. That was.
there's a strat that uses looting, which lets you get a controller input, or you can just use a controller, which lets you activate insight aiming. And it's called insight storage, where your booth locks onto an enemy, and it saves that lock on. And so the next time you use it, you teleport to that enemy.
Yeah.
So then you like, you go get the booth, and then you aim where you, yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
yeah, this
teleport.
level is like 2 minutes long, by the way.
Yeah, this is supposed to be the longest level in the entire game. It's called Marathon, but it's
Also, yeah, this
kind of-
level is funny. This level here is not part of the regular rush, but this is probably like the funniest level ever. And yeah, I'll just briefly explain it. So you pick up these 2 elevates. This bit is a bit different here, but you basically just
really get it.
that's it.
Yep, there you
I
go.
just gold by a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just shoot ending, and for some reason it triggers. Well, it's not. You don't even shoot the ending that you go out. You shoot the ending that red goes out.
Yeah.
I,
You
it
shoot-
was
you
discovered.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
basically just shoot like the end goal, which it usually should not really work in any instances, but there's just this one odd exception for Sacrifice that they just had a level end goal that you were just able to shoot. So the level would typically be like a minute and a half long, and it would require like a lot of really weird like water boosting, like water edging, all
Yeah,
that
like
stuff.
Skola had like what 58 or something,
Yeah,
and then
Skola had
found
a-
it on accident.
He found out on
Yeah, he
accident
found-
using a tool called Xenon, which is basically like the task tool or like passing or like practice tool.
Yeah,
Yeah, these these levels go by really quick, so like we're trying to explain as best as we can. But this is this is the final boss level of the game. Past this point, you will no longer be seeing any boss levels.
Yeah.
So the last time you guys will ever see Neon Green.
This is so
I
sad.
am not going for the Psycho Coyote because I don't want to risk it.
Yeah, don't risk it. It's fine. So yeah, this is the best time where you utilize the Blind card. There's not a lot of interesting skips here. You can't really skip any cycles, but you can still do death abuse, which is like the main important thing.
There's also like you can shoot the things and like kill Green fully before he even at the very end. Well, not the very end, but like the one before that.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're also moving on to the side quest levels now. So this is a level called Elevate Traversal, which basically only has Elevate cards, and there's two of them. So now you go for the first one, and then you go for the second one as well.
Red's gimmick is like each side quest has its own specific gimmick. Red is that it's just all one card, and you're going to be doing that card.
It's just basically about movement with cards. And this is okay. Now I'm just going to explain this because this is going to be Purified Traversal. This is a really huge skip. This is called a Hyper Boost or Ultra Boost.
It's a hyper jump.
Hyper jump. Even. Yeah. This is basically like a really large skip that saves like solid 3 seconds. Well, 3 to 4 seconds. So yeah.
I would say it's even more.
You basically just
dump all the purify bombs onto that red red door, and as it gets destroyed, all the other purify bombs get destroyed in the process.
Yes, so like explosions and stuff stack. So like when they all happen at one time, you get way more speed, like fight speed, and you also get way more distance.
Yeah.
So you just do that, and
nice SPB by the way.
Also, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And like, the thing about it is that like whenever the thing that a bomb is on breaks, it just instantly breaks, so you can abuse that instant routes, which is cool.
Yeah.
And then, but yeah.
Another thing with side quests as well is that a lot of these levels have some really janky structures. So there's some instances, like I think you may have saw in the first first 3 levels, I think Pods was just like climbing on random walls and just making it like all through like different parts of the level.
Yeah,
it's like these side quest levels have some really weird structures, but like they really do help out with speedrunning, and usually these levels should take like a minute. If you're doing them the intended route, like 30 to 40 seconds.
Yeah, Red is known for having a bunch of invisible random ass hitboxes.
Yeah, it's so bad, but it's also really funny.
It's so funny.
Yeah, the level geometry in these side quests, like I don't know. I think they could have just
what?
Oh no!
That I got robbed.
Yeah, you did get robbed. That was a little unlucky.
I guess going back to a Purified Trap, that the reason why it's called Hyper Jump is because there's this one cheater that came in who was cheating, and they claimed, guys, I found a new tech, it's called Hyper Jump. and
they just they got like a really insane time on the first level, saving like 5 seconds, which normally shouldn't even happen in any circumstances.
Yeah.
So it was
also, this level is peak, by the way. I know a lot of people I cannot play it today, but this level's peak. This is Dominion Traversal.
This level is great.
When I actually recently grinded to get 4th place in it, so that's also really cool.
You couldn't guess who has world record on this level though.
It's probably AJ.
Probably AJ.
No.
What?
This is...
Don't believe it.
This is fine. How am I... Okay, I think I just have to back it up, like...
Yeah, you have to go like the long way.
This is the casual playthrough.
Yeah. It's just a little unfortunate that like they lost on like the Dominion card.
That was like the most like jank ass thing ever. Also, this is Butterfly Traversal.
Oh yeah. Book of Light
Next level.
traversal is really goofy because of the level geometry. Yet again, because I guess the things just were not fit out like they were
Yeah,
just
at the
not fit out perfectly. And there's like
Very
a small,
bottom. Oh,
yeah, there's just like a slight clip of like the red barrel, and you use that red barrel to essentially boost yourself to the level end goal. It's a little silly. It's really
Yeah.
silly.
Yeah.
So yeah, so now we have yellow, which is well, which yellow has a thing called based on movement.
Oh yeah. The main gimmick behind
yeah.
yellow side quest is the fact that you can no longer discard anything.
Yeah, you can see him
It's
trying
only
to
just for
discard,
yellow
and I
side
can't.
quest.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of the levels in this game are heavily based on movement instead of strats. And yeah. There's a, I guess I'll also explain this. Next level, you see, is Climbing Gym. It has a very funny skip. I'm sure you can take a hot guess of what the skip is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make this
You
jump.
cannot
Like,
believe it.
For context, you have to like shoot at a really like you have to pick up a elevate and guard speed, and you use those cards to like shoot each other's like
Parry your own bullets.
parry
yet
your
again,
own bullets, and yeah, you need to have a really fast fire rate to hit it.
Yeah, you also need
Just
really
like-
fast firing, and you also need to be able to land your own bullet, like just hit
And
your own
swap
bullet.
a lot. It's kind
Without
of
like
it's
moving your mouse.
kind of kind of bullshit. I won't lie.
Yeah.
I actually
Yeah, we should have just done a hyper jump. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why don't we?
True,
Why
true.
didn't we develop a strat for that one? You
also
know?
yeah,
It's
Fisherman
just- it
Suplex is a really annoying skip.
Should have just used the vending machine,
Well.
the minion vending machine.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah. So a lot of a lot of the yellow levels are not
How did
typically
I hit-
ran.
I think I hit an
But,
enemy
like,
there.
shot up. Wait, you killed it.
I just killed the demon from that.
It's so funny. Was it because of the random ass particles?
I'll try one more time. If I don't hit it, I'm just gonna take the long way.
Yeah, so
I mean-
yeah, yellow side quests aren't usually typically ran, and I
There
think
we
you
go.
could probably get a slight glimpse as to why. It's a really stupid category to speedrun for a lot of people because
Yeah.
you kind of have to abuse like level geometry. There's just some tricks that are super difficult to pull off, and
There's a
another
skip.
thing is that
There's a
yeah, and
skip
a lot
at
of people.
the end here, by the way, which is called Spider-Man Suplex, which you basically just like wall ride off a wall like Mirror's Edge looking style, and it's like, why is this a thing? It looks cool.
Yeah.
Shout out Asher, because Asher's found a lot of skips here. Here's another really cool skip, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Asher and Steel have done a lot.
Pioneers of this
I-
level.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
may take a little bit, by the way, but I really want to show the skip off.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, like yellow side quests are just notorious for being difficult with level geometry, and they're also just pretty boring for a lot of people. So a lot
Yeah.
of people just don't speedrun that because the main fun in this game is being able to discard your cards and actually like get
I
to
think I'm
places
just
and
gonna
stuff
take
like
the long
that.
way.
Yeah,
So
it's
pretty
fine.
much what Pods was trying to do is that, like, if you get 2 explosions really quickly, you get more height. So they're trying to do 2 barrels like instantly and like just skip doing all of this and
Yeah.
go.
You basically
Yeah.
just instantly get up to like where the goal is, like from that, but it's like you
Yeah,
have to. There's also a
little-
second like version which is like quite a lot harder called rat skip. I know
Now each
the Sunshine Runners may be having a bit of a reference right now.
trap fire breaks a red door, but you can also just break them by dealing 40 damage to it. And yeah.
Those red doors were never built to
Yeah.
be that strong, you know.
This
They were only
level
yeah,
fucking sucks,
withstand
by the
just
way.
a tiny bit. Oh yeah.
This is why.
I think 40 HP is just like a meme because that's the amount of fist and katana you have. So if you try breaking it, you just die and it breaks at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Also, this level fucking sucks. This is genuinely like a 40-second auto scroll that may be a little bit broken.
Yeah.
It's the most forgettable level if you don't do the like world record route, I guess.
And then the world record
I guess-
route is
I guess maybe,
really
like, the-
annoying.
I guess maybe like the barrels may be a little bit memorable to some people, but that's about it. I don't know.
Yeah, but like,
In the vision of speedrunners, this is definitely like one of the more forgettable levels.
It is a level of all
Yeah.
time.
Linear.
Also, yeah,
This-
Rocket.
as the last yellow side quest level, there's only 8 side quest levels per side quest chapter, unlike 10 for the base ones.
Okay. This is I'm just gonna like try and just like get past. I'm just gonna do the in whatever way I can.
Yeah, this
I think I
is
just
pretty
have-
hard.
I think I just have to like go around the long way even.
Yeah, you do.
Totally
I
safe.
if I had
Yeah,
like
this
more ammo, I would have totally been a bit more as
I do think this is definitely one of those levels that is like, you know, if you see this level, I think you probably know why people don't really like speedrunning this category. This level, I think,
Yeah.
single-handedly ruins that entire experience for a lot of people. Like, the level geometry is so jank here that like your rockets can end up just launching you just completely elsewhere just because the rock is just shaped in like a really strange
Yeah.
way. Like
It's-
it looks cool, but it unfortunately really sucks for speedrunning.
Like, unless you do it in like the right spot, it just feels bad. And if you miss like 1 or 2 rockets, it's just completely over. It's
Yeah.
not very forgiving.
ironically if I still get a good
Yeah.
like Violet, I can still get a really like pretty decent like 48.
It's not too bad. Oh, and yeah, these are now the like the Violet side quest levels. This is kind of like I don't even know how you could describe this. I
It's
guess
probably
like an
just similar to like
obstacle course.
Paizo.
Yeah,
I think
sort of.
I think the theme is like sadistic or something.
Like there's spikes and stuff. I'm just thinking more like it's like an obstacle course, to be honest, because it kind of pretty much is like that in my opinion.
Yeah.
Also, this is Choker. This is essentially the SPV playground.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you want to get good at self bullet boost, which
How
is
would
strange
that-
because you usually don't get good at self bullet boost, you can play these levels. They're very notorious.
Yeah,
Because there's actually like almost no time save in a lot of these levels unless you do like self bullet boosts and you just have
A little bit.
Yeah.
like
Like-
Bro has like 4 like Bro has like a run with like every SPV world record and like it's 4 SPVs playing this level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And
a
then,
lot of
like-
these.
Oh yeah.
You go ahead.
I was gonna mention that there was like a skip and choker that no one has ever done yet because it's
Oh,
super bullshit. It's like a grounded SPB that's like a really, really hard coyote grounded too. And if you don't know what coyote is, that's just jumping when you're
Yeah.
off the ground.
Also,
Yeah,
this level,
like the average.
this is just counting.
Yeah.
Start from 31. I remember you typically start from like 1, 2, 3.
A lot of these
I
numbers
told
are
Rob to
wrong, by the
Wait,
way.
13? 13 4 time? Is that how we count?
So yeah, this is
Yeah.
Minus
how we
3.
this
What
goes
the
to
hell?
-4. Yeah, if you go
minus 4.
if you go to one, if you go like carry on for like a bit more, you go to a place called Idiot Island.
Yeah. Also,
The
Razor.
game-
Shout out
game-
Andy.
Game taunts you for being an idiot and going too fast and going too much down with the stomp card.
It's like it's
Yeah.
like it's like you're kind of in in a bit of a rush with it, but it's like you're also gotta concentrate a lot with it because it's like if you just autopilot, you're just gonna die.
Yeah.
Also, this level is really cool. I actually grinded this level quite a lot and have a top 10 in it as well.
Yeah, All Seeing Eye is a pretty good level. Like, I think this is one of the levels that I feel like has like
I
a
got the
significant
strat. Let's
time
go.
save. Nice, good job. That's good.
Nice. Yeah, there's a strat that Asher found which allows you to like smuggle a fireball.
Yeah,
And yeah,
so
this is Resin Soul 1, which
typically
yeah, I'll let you
typically tripwires are supposed to kill you, but there's a small little delay before you can actually get killed, so you use that small delay to essentially just get yourself through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the obstacle.
Also, yeah, this is Resident Soul 2. Yeah, this is certainly a level of all time, and yeah, this is the final level of the run. So, yeah.
There's a bottom half of this level, but that like super sucks. It's actually more fun of a level if you just touch this rock and go through the big gap.
And yeah, that's time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's time.
Ooh,
There you go.
super close to 49, sub 49. Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
solid.
But yeah,
Oh,
that
and
was-
we were ending at 8, right for time for the other people.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Oh dang.
Time for the next round. But yeah, thanks for having me. I'll just do a quick promotion. Yeah, I'm PodzSR. Follow me on PodzSR. The other account, everyone, well, if you do want to also do a quick plug, feel free.
Nah, you can join the Neon White speedrun server if you want to play Neon White and stuff. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
hang out with the really cool community that's in that server.
It's there's a lot. I will
hopefully-
also say, for the innate people in that, because I know there's a lot of Mario people. There's been a lot more people that I know. I'm like, wait, I know you from the Mario scene. Like, oh my god, that is so cool. Shout out to you. So, it's actually, yeah, a lot of people have been getting into Neon White recently, and it's genuinely peak. It's such a peak
Yeah.
speed game. I spent like 2,500 hours just grinding it and grinding ILs, and it's like, I'm sure you can guess, it's like, you're just going, like, as soon as you play it, like, you're just gonna get addicted. But yeah, it's such a fun game. I definitely would shout out. But yeah, thank you for having us. And yeah,
If you guys want to check out the game, be sure to join the Neon White Discord server, and you guys can ask anyone out there for advice. And I'm pretty sure the community will be certainly down to help you guys with whatever strategy
for sure.
you
Yeah.
need as well.
And yeah,
GG's. We'll let the next run
GG's.
stuff.
I believe it's
Bye.
Sky running next. I don't know what game, what category she's doing, but I think it's Sunshine.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Pretty
have
cool.
fun with that. Have fun and good luck with it. But yeah, I'm gonna hop out.